Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2, a grudge match in GSL Group A. In first place was Zest, and in second place was Special. Special not entirely happy with those results, and now we have a little bit more of a drawn-out duel. A best of 7, Zest versus Special. Special says he's got this easy, and Zest just got lucky, and Zest doesn't speak much English, so we'll assume he said something, but also just as bantery. Yeah, his English isn't incredible. But we're here, best of 7, first of 4, loser picks map after the first one. Let me introduce you. In the bottom left, Juanito from Team Exxon, though not representing his team on his account. Jerkit should probably talk to him about that. But honestly, it's just a miracle he's awake. It's Special. And in the top right, the king of PROTOSS right now, with a wide array of cheeses, but also sometimes your more drawn-out macro games. You don't know what he's going to hit you with next. Okay, you've got your early pressures. You've got your 2-base timings. You've got your full-on macro. You've got a whole lot of options, including, like, just unrelated. And you might, just whatever that is, okay? He might hit you with that bat. Though probably not in-game, maybe metaphorically. So, you don't know. Anyways, raise your edge gaming zest. So, how did this happen? So, Special continually keeps coming into my channel and saying, Winter, when show match? Because I've been known to sponsor show matches between pro players because it's fun, right? And then I'm like, Special, how about a show match on this day? And he's like, okay. And then 3 hours after said time, Special's like, hey, Winter, when show match? I'm like, you know, we just had, like, plenty of time. He's like, no, I wasn't awake. Because, of course, it was before 4 p.m. in Korea, and Special is maybe not a morning person. So, of course he wasn't awake. But we've worked it all out. Everybody showed up. We got here mostly on time, and that's really an achievement in and of itself. Before we start anything, getting 2 nerds to show up in a timely manner, like within a few minutes of when we were scheduled to start, it is a minor miracle in and of itself. So hopefully the rest of this series is just as exciting as that fact. And to start things off, a proxy Stargate out of Zest. Now the Reaper is hunting. It's gonna look, find at the watchtower. The probe is still out on the map. He's not hunting for the star. He's not going across with the Reaper, I believe. No SCV scout. Just kind of chilling back at home. He's suspicious. He's built 2 Reapers here. Remember, Special, the avatar of TY. In fact, as I saw recently, as we started this, his stream-like starting screen is him and TY hugging what I can only assume is a Pokemon. They're good friends, and maybe so much more. But at least friends. So they share a lot of build orders, they share strategies, they share a whole lot of things. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying. So, we'll see if any new strategies. TY, a big fan of MECH, which I'd love to see in this matchup. Okay, the Stalker trying to block out. Here comes the Adept, targeting the Hellion first. Just going straight in with 2 Reapers and a Heli. Not finding many kills to start. 2 Reapers go down. The Oracle is nearly complete. Honestly, not the most damage you could expect there. 2 workers killed, lost a couple units, and the problem here is going to be the Oracle, of course. It snuck into the main, and there's no anti-air whatsoever. This is a disaster for Juanito. A few Marines coming up. Only 2 kills, okay. It could have been much worse. Now, 4 Marines technically could be killed by the Oracle. Zest tried to come in some mediocre micro on those SCVs. Most of them surviving, but badly bruised. The Reaper gonna try to draw attention and units away as the Widowmine drop comes through. Zest, no reaction yet. No reaction at all. Zest! Actually, only 3 kills, so that's... so far, all sorts of worker damaging attacks on both sides have ended up being incredibly underwhelming. Both the Oracle, the Widowmine drop, and that earlier Hellion Reaper play could have been devastating. They could have killed half a dozen or more workers, but they just kind of didn't. So both sides. And I think overall this does favor Zest, who's going for a third Nexus. Oh my god, right barely in time. Oh, the Widowmine! Now that's a little more damage. A total of 6 now. The Viking was chasing down, well, found the Stargate, and it poked at a Phoenix. I think the Phoenix is back home, and we'll deal with the medevac. Behind this, TY, going for a straight-up 2-base Marine tank play. It looks like he's going to find a timing, maybe add a third on afterwards. But we've seen this many times before. This is kind of the bread and butter of Terran players, before and after the overcharge patch. He did cut down Zest's worker count to a reasonable margin. Zest doesn't actually see the Viking yet. Viking's remarkably effective against probes. This will actually do some damage here. And force the probes to pull away. He kills a couple. This will force units back. Now, there's no other push here. Wow, special with the top-tier Viking micro. Not really something you ever talk about, but here he goes. He's at the third. The Viking pillaging probes on all sides of the map. This is real damage now. This is really adding up. Six probes killed by a Viking that was essentially obsolete. And suddenly Special's only 3 workers down against a player who's relying on a better economy and map control. So, an Oracle. Revelation now 25 energy, but it lasts a significantly shorter amount of time and has a cooldown. So Revelation benefits players who are actively using it more, but can be countered easier just in general because it only lasts like 15 seconds. Yeah, slaps it on a tank. There's a global cooldown, which Zest may have only realized as of right now. There's about 14-second cooldown until you can use it again. So, I think he wanted to come in and do it again, but... Alright, Zest poking out. The Stalkers are just kind of waiting for their moment. A third command center is on the way for Juanito. Zest is maintaining a forward position with the Blink Stalkers. This is mostly to maybe get some freebies when Special decides to eventually move out. Zest going for the Gateway Explosion as he adds on a Templar Archives as well as Charge. And so far, we haven't really seen... I mean... The worker counts are surprisingly even for the situation. That usually favors the Terran, but Special is on 2 base. And if all these gateways come online, with some Archons in the mix, he runs the risk of moving out into an army that could just overwhelm him. Once you have 8 Zealot Warpins at a time, or if Storm is on the table, the push is a lot riskier. It looks like Special not even going to opt for it. He remembers that the Stargate, this is one of the most awkward... The spotting Stargate looks like doesn't have enough vision to quite see the edge here. It's not really its main purpose. Special moving out as well. He has that, and this is what the best Terran players do. There's always a kicker. There's always another option to do damage. Anything to make Zest look away for a couple seconds. So maybe he doesn't stay on top of that Stalker micro. Maybe he loses a few Zealots for free. Or the drop gets in and does damage because he's so focused on the main army. Special has a bigger army supply. Storm is not yet done. The Templar are moving in. The scan should run out. I think he spotted 1 Templar with this. The Phoenix spotted the medevac drop. Boost is on cooldown. Storm not quite there. Medevac, did he lose the Raven? No, here comes the Raven, but a feedback slaps all the energy out of it. The medevac drop comes into the main, but there are plenty of Stalkers. This is getting a little precarious. Zest coming in for a flank. He's got a good position with the charge lots. 12 seconds on +1. Suddenly, Special finds himself in an awkward spot, caught between 2 Protoss armies. He's trying to break out. Going for the Templar. Looking for the Storms. Here come the Zealots at the back. Zest crushes from both sides. And the tanks lifted up and knocked right back down. Special forced to fully retreat. Blink still a couple seconds of cooldown. But it looks like a total rout here. Zest prepared for most of this. And able to set up a perfect timing. And Special just overstayed his welcome. I don't know if there's anything to fall back to. The Stalkers are going for the medevacs. A few more show up to the party. You don't want to go too far into a bio army. But there's full energy sentries here. A whole lot more Stalkers. And I think there might not be the critical mass of units on the ground for Special. The boys have to be pulled. Now, target firing the Guardian Shield. Oh, the Storms! Laying down the hammer, and Zest smashes through in game 1. A clean crush on the army. And so far, so good. Looking for a repeat of the GSL result. Zest up 1-0. Oh, Jimmy. This was supposed to be before. What are you doing? Zest not screwing around there. I'm surprised a Templar wasn't the hero unit. President Arturo the Pale racking up a Widow Mine, a Cyclone, a couple Marauders, a Marine, and an SCV. We'll see. Special got kind of crushed.
Oh,
he set it up.
Is that all?
He set it up. He had all the pieces in place. I think it just took a little too long to come together from Special. He knows if you don't hit quick enough, there's going to be a critical mass of PROTOSS units, especially charge lots. And Zest already had the flank set up. So he kind of walked right into it. Now, we're on Death Aura. This was a strong, like, immediately when the game ended. So the way we're doing maps here is loser picks the map. In this case, Special the loser. He picks the map. Sending out an SCV. It looks like he's just going for a hidden Rex. Or not. I was wrong. I mean, it will be hidden, but I thought it might not be on the other side of the map. I was mistaken. Wait. What is this for? This is... Is he going to build a... Is this a Marauder push? So, Death Aura has the first WLAs, or speed bubs. As you can see, it's the opposite of the slow zones of the Bubulas. It has acceleration zones, which increases the movement speed of anything in it by 35%. Not attack speed, but... Okay, a single gas is on the way. It's going to be 2 Rex here, 1 out on the map. Will Zest recognize what he's looking at? Because there is a Rex, and I'm like, this looks like a 1 Rex expand. It's almost impossible. I honestly don't know if there are any tells here. Can you count the SCVs? Is that something? But maybe he's just scouting. You don't know. So, right now, Zest, very little information. I'm interested, is this going to be Marauders? Because it's only 1 gas. So, either Marauders or Factory. A Marine comes out first. Special really trying to sell that he's going for an expansion. But is Zest buying what he's selling? There's a tech lab. We're looking at concussive shells. The knee breaker build. Special wants to get up in his business, break the Stalker or whatever unit kneecaps, and make sure Zest has no opportunity to react. Because by the time he sees this, it'll already be too late. The Marine is a little suspicious. Going Marine first is... Yeah, there's a shield battery on the way. Zest, his star senses are tingling. He's not really committing all that. Like, he's not chrono boosting his Stalker out yet. He's looking for something like this. He has an idea. He's very suspicious. Oh, and he finds it! He finds it! Excuse me, sir!
Who does that?
And he's watching. He knows exactly what this is now. Special? Is he sending the boys? He's sending an SCV, but that's about it. Now, even though, like shield battery overcharge is going to be a huge part of this, another SCV comes up. Special is expanding behind. He's got to do some damage before another Stalker is out. Once a second Stalker is out, this becomes a really serious issue. The pylon's in a bit of a precarious position. Special recognizing that. The battery's starting to run out of energy, but shield battery overcharge is going to make this very difficult to actually pull off here. With 2 shield batteries and plenty of energy for overcharge, I think this attack is kind of stopped before it starts. Three shield batteries and Immortal on the way. Now, Zest hasn't been building probes. It looks like he's going to go for an Immortal. I wouldn't be surprised if he builds a prism immediately behind. Because he did spend a lot of money. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Special finding some damage here. Going for the pylon on the high ground. Here come the Stalkers. Warp Gate, unfortunately, is complete. Oh, the Immortal is out, though, which means these units need to get out of there as soon as possible. They're going to die. The question is, at what cost? Can he actually... He's just going to go for the Stalkers. The Immortal is too hardy of a target. He kills 2 Stalkers. But he depowered a gate. Unfortunately, not before Warp Gate is done. But that was the only gateway. And Zest is now supply blocked. And he was trying to build, I think, a second Immortal. The tech lab is slapped away. A robotics bay is the choice of Zest, and things are going to get a little weird here. Because now, with that snipe and the reduction in the supply block, really, without being able to build either another Immortal or immediately a Warp Prism, Zest doesn't really have the opportunity to do counter damage. He's building a Prism now, but he's also building a robotics bay because he understands he doesn't really... any sort of window where he would have had the mobility to outmaneuver Special, or just a sheer amount of units to do critical damage. That window was closed. So we've got to find another way in. The barracks will just kind of casually land because it's like a way better Overlord. It flies faster, it has more HP, it can build Marines. Overlords really suffer from the lack of being able to build Marines, in my personal opinion. There's an Observer here, but there's no scan for Special to deal with. He's literally just building Marines here. He recalled... Special's barracks baits a recall. Now, I don't think Zest wanted to stick around for long anyways, but just the fact he recalled at all, that could have been a Chrono on a Colossus or something. This barracks has done a lot of indirect damage. Special just chilling. Did he kill? He killed the Ops, right? Wait, what? No, he's just guessing. Okay. The Observer was nowhere close, but Special just doesn't want this to be seen. The Special Viking heading out. A Colossus ready to be dropped, which would love to have that Viking, eh? Unfortunately, though, the Special's Marines are heading almost directly towards it. He's taking a safer route here. The barracks is looking for another opportunity. The Colossus, did he see this army? I think he just missed it. And recall was just used. There's still another minute or so on recall. So we can't recall the Prism back. But at the same time, Special can't recall anything because he's Terran. The Colossus is terrorizing the populace right now. And there's almost nothing to stop it. But at the same time, Special is moving forward with a tank push that really there aren't that many units to deal with. Another round of Stalkers. He does have some shield batteries down there. 2 Immortals going to do a huge number on this. The medevac shows up. 1 Immortal pounded into dust. And meanwhile, there's a Viking pillaging the main base. Where is the Colossus drop? Did he... No, he doesn't have a recall. Where is the Colossus drop? It was going through the WLAs. Special finding damage. A few Stalkers have to be warped in the main. A Liberator, and I think Special not making the mistake he made in the last game. The last game, he overstayed his welcome. His tank push took too long to come together. This time, he sniped Immortals. He found economic damage. There is no... Oh, the Colossus is burning everything apart! The Colossus drop is doing damage, but Special is striking back as well. A Liberator sieges up. There isn't Blink. That's a pretty nasty Liberator position as well. Another Viking. The Vikings of Special, very effective. Even if there's only 1 or 2 of them. He's targeting probes? No, he's actually just going for suckers. They don't have Blink. He's just killing them. He's recalling the Colossus drop. Like, I don't think that's necessary. And the Liberator finding more damage. He's tearing him apart at every base. So far, Special finding damage almost everywhere. Losing not really that many units here. He's lost a bit of bio. 1 of a Viking, Liberator, and tank. The barracks is still just chilling. Almost a permanent resident. Finally, I think Zest will find the space to evict it. But the barracks has been here for like 5 minutes. Another medevac drift. He might be mistiming this. Oh my god, he comes in because, like, obviously the Stalkers are there, so why would you drop? But wait a second, he's right there! The barracks goes out, medevac comes in. You can't explain that. Does he have stim done? He doesn't have stim and he's not researching because he's going mech! Special is taking us to McDonald's, getting us a Big Mac, and now really going to show us the effectiveness of trickle-down mechanomics. As we see 3 CCs, he has 63 workers to 61. Zest has charge, prism speed, warp gate. There's a weird set of upgrades on both sides. Zest will have slightly better upgrades, but he's been in an awkward position dealing with all this, and I'm pretty sure so far... Oh my god, the Colossus drop. I wonder how many kills the Colossus has. It's done well for itself thus far. But has Mech been scouted? Oh, he's... Yeah, those were the extra factories. Okay, Zest knows this is Mech now. The drop is coming in. Will he actually drop... Oh no, watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh, he gets it! He gets it! What a huge pickoff! That was a lot of his mobility. Just the threat of that Jimmy! Jimmy, no! No, God, what am I paying you for? Oh no. It's a disaster. Okay. The Colossus drop was a big part of Special having to keep his units at home. Wow, the BM double sensor tower, just making sure he has all the sensation. A very modern man, if you would. Charge Lout ripping through the Marines, but of course Zest does know it's mech at this point. He built another prism. TY, maybe, I assume Special watched TY's guide on mech, I'm sure. Maybe helped him write it. He didn't really write it, it was kind of just him. Honestly, TY's guide on mech is just him playing a game where he's like, you gotta... So here's TY's biggest tip on how to play mech. You have to watch Transformers. I mean, you can watch other movies, but watch the Transformers movies, because playing mech is kind of like the Transformers movies. And that is the knowledge that I expected from a GSL champion / caster. So make sure, like Shia LaBeouf says, just do it. Go mech. Watch Transformers. Play Starcraft. Not necessarily in that order. Few Cyclones coming in. Magfield Accelerator and Blue Flame. The Hell Clone composition coming together. Special. Plenty. A nice, solid core of siege tanks. Are those Templar? Yes, the Storms. Still effective against Hellions. Ooh, that was a very good Storm there. A Widow Mine as well. But Special, he has more than enough tanks. There's no way Zest can actually pick a fight. What is Zest's plan for fighting the army? Eventually, Special will max out. Like, in 30 seconds. And then what? Because, yeah, Zest opening up the map, starting to realize that he needs as much maneuverability as possible. He's getting double Raptor, Observer speed. We're going to be brawling it out as the juggernaut mech that Special is playing with this many tanks and coverage from the Hell Clones, goes up against Zest, who kind of like, honestly, a little like a Zerg, is going to be throwing units at him. Zest's army composition is going to be less costly overall. Not as cost-effective, but more mobile. Blink Stalkers, Disruptors, Charge Lots, definitely a little more maneuverability than tanks, but those are Widow Mines, soon to have Drilling Cloths. Cyclones, Hellions, Special mixing in a lot of extra flavor here. Oh, Raven, feedback. The Storm kind of gets it. He actually loses it to cannons there. That's a little awkward. Meanwhile, 12 SCVs went down. I'm actually not sure to what. I think, oh, a Disruptor? No, a Storm drop at the 4th. Oh my god! Special, the minefield! Zest is mitigating it, but where are the observers? He has observers with speed. Where are the obs, though? Oh no. He covered his retreat, his tactical withdrawal with the mines, but here come the Templar Blink! Oh, big Widow Mine hits. Knocks down the Prism from downtown. But Zest does clean up most of that army and cleans up the mines before they're a serious issue. This Liberator is in position. I think everybody's been a little busy. No! Oh, God! Oh, God! Ah! Does he see him? Does he remember? He's just moving away. There aren't that many Templar. There are 4 Templar. So he doesn't have a huge amount of splash from that angle. But there are some disruptors. This is a big warp-in, but potentially a mistake out of Zest. He's trying to battle the Stalkers, but guess what? The tanks have arrived. The Immortals, maybe not where you want to be. The Stalkers cut off, and Special will be winning this fight. The rest of the army going to get out on the map, trying to outflank. Special scans it. You want to be careful about moving things in. Like, he's still sieged up. You got to go one at a time. Come on. Just use a charge light. He's just scanning. Yeah, I see you, bro. I know you're there. It's not, like, I'm not scared of you, says Special with his mech army. Looking so, like, where do you fight? Do you fight the tanks? Or do you fight an army that's, like, mostly Widowmine Cyclone? Both sides of this army looking like game one, but in Special's favor. The sandwich here. Zest trying to break out on both fronts. Not succeeding. His supply plummeting. A few tanks go down. Another round of charge lots. Trying to whittle it down wave by wave. A tower defense game coming in. He unsieges the tanks. The Cyclone's going to work. Another round coming around. What? Great commentary. Oh, but here come the Raptors! Big hits, the first wave, devastating! And then, oh baby, a triple! As he knocked Special's tanks out, Zest lost a whole lot of supply, but the Disruptors come in. And suddenly, Special wiped off the field. The next this is the boss wave of the tower defense, okay? And at first you're like, okay, charge lots, even Immortals, Stalkers, scary but not that scary. And then the Disruptors, the Danger Balls, show up to the party, and Special decides he doesn't want to be here anymore. Fusion Core on the way, I'd imagine for Liberator range, but I dream of battle cruisers. Who doesn't? Meanwhile, the Storm's trying to save the probes, but the probes on the run. The Templar throwing some water balloons into the mix as well. A scan, he's looking for a Stargate transition here. Because the biggest weakness of MECH is if they just get to Tempest or Carriers in any significant number, and you're so focused on siege tanks and Hellions. A couple Widowmines making their way out there. The battle continues. 5 base versus 4 base. Special. Oh wait, 5 base versus 5 base. I went to American public school. I never learned how to count. We're just gonna spitball it. Special's got the blue, and Zest has the pink, and it's pretty. This game's pretty fun. The Liberator's looking for an opportunity. Fusion Core is done. No Liberator range yet, but it's still gonna be a pain to deal with. Oh my God! Only two Stalkers at a time. Does he have any ship weapons? Oh my! Just kill. The rest of the army is spotted here, but in time to intercept. Zest rotates an army down. A scan spots it out. Still looking for more. The Observer sees the main brunt of the army, but Zest walks into the tanks! I have the high ground, Zest. Storms warding away the main army. Zest trying to find an opportunity on the other side, but may have to close in and actually deal with the attack. Some more storms coming up. The tanks going to be very helpful against the cannon. Shield battery overcharge, going to keep things intact. Here comes Zest. One Widowmine spots it out, slams into the Stalker, strips the shields. The Disruptors are not that tanky in and of themselves, but they do have a lot of potential. A couple tanks taken out. They're 2-2. He's coming in with charge lots. A bit of an awkward angle. Zest coming down the ramp while the rest of the army engages heads up. He clears out most, if not all, of the tanks. But here comes Special in on the left side. A huge warp-in. The great circle of Stalkers. But the Cyclones from downtown baited into the tanks, slamming from the low ground. And the Cyclones still locked on the Nexus on the high ground. Zest cuts off reinforcements, but the Nexus is nearly down. He's going to be knocked down to 4 bases. The economy's starting to really hurt here, especially for Zest. I don't know, like, not for both players, just for Zest. He lost his 5th base, which is his only really fresh mining base, but he's still just throwing exploratory disruptor shots out there, trying not to get cornered. Instead, he wants to give him the corner pounder with cheese, but still, a couple more disruptors coming forward. One tank dodges it out. This army caught in an uncomfortable position. Reinforcements from Zest streaming down from the top. The tanks are not sieged. Suddenly the Immortals help it out a whole lot. The charge lots lead the charge in Special with 124 supply. Finally, Zest catches him out of position. He got a little too bold, and now he's beaten back. The Stalkers and Zealots, a small Not very costly army composition, but overwhelmed. Special has to retreat to his main. It's starting to get a little desperate here. There's no planetaries. Zest strikes back with just as much strength. The planetaries will hold. More reinforcements coming out for Special. He has some Thors. But what looked like Special closing in on a significant advantage is now him scrambling to deal with just gateway units. And Zest already 2 moves ahead. Yes, he knows this probably isn't the end of it. But he wiped out all the tanks, so it's very likely that Special will rebuild them. But you know what tanks aren't incredibly good against? Carriers. This ain't planet side. The tanks in this game don't have that anti-air capability. And the carriers have already arrived. Hitting a cyclone, not a cyclone, a disruptor coming in. He's targeting down the tanks. The cyclones lock onto the carriers. Still a real danger to them. The Thor, is it in high impact mode? I believe so. Disruptor coming in the left. Blink Stalkers on the right. The boys have to be pulled as well. The last tank is holding. Another tank comes up. The Stalker's beaten down. Zest leveraging that economy, trying to beat Special into submission. And Special is holding, but only just. A whole lot of Stalkers. It's just the 2 carriers. There's barely any other air. A 3rd carrier making its way in. A planetary on the left side. That's a lot of well-upgraded Stalkers. The boy's going to try to hold, but he doesn't have building armor, which makes it difficult, but he flanks. He's going to be able to take down potentially the carriers. The Cyclone, the Interceptors got lazy, and unfortunately, the carrier doesn't go down, but he locks on, takes it out. Another command center, 14 SCVs, a casual carrier just in the middle of everything. Zest forced to retreat. He's got 86 probes, which means Special still has a strong army supply, but only 39 workers. How many orbitals are left? 4 orbitals. So he still has a life support economy. But Special either needs to keep Zest at bay or win a decisive fight. There are Templar in the prism. The storm is coming. And Special, does he have what it takes to deal with it? Some Hellions find their way into a mineral line. There aren't that many tanks up here. A bit of an awkward positioning. Widowmine's going to find an opportunity. The command center's forced back. The Templar in the prism. Such a ridiculous danger. The storm's on the main brunt of the mech. It's not going to kill the tanks, but it's not going to help Special very much either. The tank's a serious danger, though, to the Stalkers. They snipe off another command center. Another orbital vulnerable. And Zest survives. And takes a 2-0 lead. What a game. Special unable to recover. Left reeling. It looked like it was trending towards Special until Zest finally caught the tanks unsieged. And the Disruptors. I think it was looking really good for Special. The first round, while Special kept throwing punches left and right, Zest came back with the body blow Disruptors. Zest says 1 minute, freezing the kicker here. But, and then, the next, nearly the knockout with the charge lots. Zest says he needs a minute, which means, Jimmy, if you guys could pause ad block, a quick advertisement. Thank you guys for watching. Hey everybody, I'm Winter. I'm here to talk to you about Twitch Prime. Did you know if you have Amazon Prime and Amazon Prime is most of your life, it can be just a little bit more with Twitch Prime. Use it to subscribe today, or also get loot for shitty mobile games, but mostly subscribe to me so I get more money. Also, if you're on YouTube right now, you could do that, and you can like and subscribe just for free on YouTube. Ring the bell, whatever else. Thank you, good luck, good night. Game 3. Jimmy, no! Give me your keyboard and your dongle at the end of the day. Yes, both of them. Anyways. Zest up 2-0 on special. That last game, Zest just a little more flexible. I don't think special played poorly at all. In fact, like, I thought Zest was in a great position after scouting the proxy racks. But special really made him work for it. In fact, I think special was ahead most of the game. But Zest wasn't having it. He's like, I'm making that money. All right, I need to buy some more hair gel or cognac or some other alcohol that people rap about because it's expensive. You never know. Probe gets in. Now last game, special went for a barracks on the high ground as well. So, nothing out of the ordinary there. But last game, special also proxied to racks. This time it is going to be a Reaper. The Marine, I think, was a big tell. Just building a Marine to deny the probe. I think that really gave a lot of weight to Zest, even though it did stop him from seeing the lack of command center. We're on Submarine, which is a criminally underutilized map. Not because people don't play it or anything. Because it is an underwater map that doesn't have like the reverse gravity like on Abyssal Reef. We finally have another map that it's called Submarine. It looks pretty obviously like it's underwater. And you're telling me units don't float up to the sky? What is this? Are we even trying anymore? Zest, are you just gonna... Okay. He decides he wants to lose a probe. Well, he's gonna build a shield battery in the main, which... He's very committed to going across the map with this. Oh my, it's gonna be a 3-Rex. A second Adept. He really wants to deny the expand, but a Marauder shows up! Once again, a Marauder from Special. The SCV dodges away. The Reaper survives as well. Special opening up with the knee breakers here. He's not hiding it this time around. I'm excited to see where he goes from here. I want to say, I'm actually super excited. Finally, I'm going to try to work this out more. Special, I said it at the start, Special begs me for show matches, but I'd like to do more. The reason that I don't do so many live matches is because pro players are notoriously bad about showing up to things. And, like, replays are much better if I want to get that sweet, sweet YouTube revenue. But there's something about doing it live, if you know what I mean. So, hopefully, maybe in the future, we can have a little more. There's just so many tournaments nowadays between Pro Tour and, like, DreamHack and everything else. Meanwhile, so what is this? There are 2 Marauders. There are 2 Marauders and against 3 Adepts. The Adepts are chasing. Like, Marauders don't do much damage to Adepts, but Adepts don't do much damage as they're both kind of hitting each other with, well, boxing gloves as opposed to actual weapons here. The Shades are going to come through, but now there are more. What is this? What am I watching? Zest, or as he's better known, Slim Shady, really leaning on those Adepts. What is this fight? What's going on here? Like, is this some sort of mono? What? So Zest is just. There's what? He just has 8 Marauders. He's going Mono Battle Marauder. Zest is going Disruptor Immortal, so on paper, probably the hardest possible counter. The Disruptor could end the game in 1 shot. This is one of those games, if the Disruptor just finds the opportunity, it just hits, then the game's going to end and Special is going to rage quit, like 100%. Oh my god. the high, like, I think he sees that the prism is so suspicious. Oh, you gotta target the Ruptor. Oh, the split. What? He's juggling. Another Marauder. It slams. The Immortal's gonna be really hard to hit. The Immortal, I think, wins this on its own. So this didn't go great for Special, but he targeted the battery, so no overcharge. He's still just building Marauders. He's building his first factory. Technically, this Immortal could kill all the Marauders without taking any damage. Like, if Zest micros like Zest is known to micro, well, he's taking some hits here. So, like, yeah, Zest is definitely not nailing it. This is not... Because the Immortal attack is not a projectile. But a Disruptor showing up. Special's... What is going on? So it's Marauders against Immortal Disruptor. Oh, no. Like, the Disruptors are a problem. The Disruptors are a really, really, really big problem. He's target firing. Oh, no! It's a disaster! Oh, no! Well... I said it could be one Disruptor hit, so... and it was. So now Special has to win every match. 4 in a row. You see, like, the Disruptor was the flashy one there, but the Immortal put in the real heavy lifting. It really did. Yeah. It was one Marauder hit away from being killed before the first shot. The Disruptor. One hit. But then it killed like 4 Marauders. And things... Well, that doesn't help. So this is not looking like any sort of redemption arc here. Here for Special. It's not the Zest got lucky in GSL of matches. Interesting response. Of course, I'm not the most fluent Korean speaker. Zest throws out the heart like, thank you for inviting me for some easy money, I assume, is the gist of it here. But what if Special comes back? We got a dream. Special has just the 1 Rex expand. Nothing crazy here. Honestly, I think in a straight-up game where there's not some weird, crazy strat to start, I would favor Special. But every single one of these games has had some weird, crazy start. Well, Zest is a special... He's a specialist, if you would. I guess appropriately so, at forcing those weird, crazy starts. So... Special doesn't have the minerals for the command center. He just slaps to the side because Terran buildings can fly, which is pretty good. Factory on the way. Just a Marine. This looks like the most standard, I guess, opener. Ice and Chrome. A good map for tank pushes as well, especially in this area and through the center. There are 2 sets of rocks that really... make it difficult to engage if you haven't already taken them down. Another probe going out. Where you going, probe? Where you going? What you looking for? I guess it's just gonna come in and scout. Twilight Council. I'm surprised it's taken this long, but likely Blink. Which, in most series, you'd find being the rule, not the exception. But TY, he dealt with Parting's Blink. Special is effectively TY. So if this is Blink, then we will see. Wait, was there a Reaper? He didn't build a Reaper. He built a Marine first. In order to get that factory a little quicker. I'm not sure, did the Adept or the... It saw the Reactor. I think the Adept is still a little scared about a Reaper. Looking for a Starport for potential Hellion drop. That's always a danger. Blink is the choice. Chrono boosted. But there's a good chance that 2 Hellions are going to be threatening here. Zest well enough. He understands the threat. He doesn't want to work any more than he needs to for my money. You got to respect that. And you shall not pass, says Zest. Those Hellions forced to turn around. Will survive, but are you going to try it? Is he really going to come around? It's a danger. Oh, Raven's on the way. Another command center. I'm getting mech vibes here, especially seeing that third CC. I mean, third Nexus and CC. My mech senses are tingling. If he adds on the gases down here at the natural in a moment, I think we've confirmed it. No, but he adds another Rex. Special bio units are so bad. I mean, can't blame him though. Is the factory going to go for tanks or no? Okay, he's gonna go for Widowmines. So it is gonna be blank, but defensive blank. A very quick third base. Did he hardwall off? Zest. Zest. Is that a wall? Like, I can... Okay. He was... That's one way to do it. Not taking any chances. Multiple shield batteries on the way. Just in time. Well, watch out! Ah. Special realizes. We got a whole lot of build up here. +1 attack starts. No forge yet for Zest, but I think we're just a moment out. Now, will he build it at the very edge of his main, like every PROTOSS who wants to lose their forges multiple times? No. Thank you, Zest. Thank you. Thank you. Please, PROTOSS players, stop building. I know it's convenient, but stop building your forges here. Alright. The Raven just kind of casually going in. Oh, the Stalker's just moved out of position. There's 2 auto turrets ready. He can slap this down. He can target probes. He will. Oh, coming back in. The second auto turret finding some more. The Raven, untouchable. It's kind of trapped now, but Special doing well. The upgrades. Oh, there's an armory on the way. I think that's just for Widowmine Cloak. Now, once you get an armory, Widowmines remain cloaked, even after firing. Now, they don't burrow as fast. That's Drilling Claws, but Drilling Claws no longer has them cloaked after firing. So, I'd imagine the quicker armory is for that, even though he doesn't really have the upgrades yet. He'll get there, but armory doesn't hurt. So, Special shaping up well, but Zest, where are the gateways? How many gateways does he have? He has 4 gates. Where are the rest of your gates? Zest. 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 Build more gateways. You have 65 probes. 67 probes and 4 gateways. Like, I use you as a reference for, like, coaching and guides. Like, Zest always gets 8 gates at 50 probes. Zest sitting here with 4 gates and none on the way. His unit production is going to drop off significantly. It already has, to be honest. Oh, yeah. It's just like, oh, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, sure. That's a Widowmine drop. It's going to require detection. He's going to drop another one as well. Like, shield batteries. How many observers are on the map? 2. I don't know how many are on this side. He finds an observer. The Widowmines fire. Only 5 kills. But Zest has limited production for now. Oh, and he picks up the Widowmine drop. And he gets it out. Drawing the Stalkers away for the rest of the army to move in the front. Special with some great Terran moves here. Storm is done, but how many Templar have the energy? Just stims in. Guns down a pylon. Next one on the agenda. Can target down the shield, but just go for the Nexus. I don't know. It's his pick. Widowmine drop coming in towards the main as well. Obviously, Zest is distracted. The Widowmine's gonna connect. He's just guns down the Stalkers. There's just not enough units here. There's no energy for Storm. 15 probes and a Nexus. Critical damage. 2 auto turrets at the third. 1, 2, 3. 17 probes go down. He loses the Nexus. The only cost here for Special was the Widowmine drop and the Bio Army. He just Yep, well, Zest doesn't want to bleed out on the floor. He decides it's time to move on. Special begins the comeback. Three to 1. Strong execution. Zest, I don't know why, like, I don't think the game was decided by not getting his gateway production up in time, but it certainly didn't help. Like, there was no reason. All right. Zest, I think he's AFK for a sec. Oh, he's back? Alright. We're on Everdream. It's going to be Zest map pick, but there's only so many maps left. We still have Golden Wall on the table as well. Always, let's hope we get there by process of elimination. What a Game 7 map that could be. Yeah, Special, he's buttering me up for more show matches. That's what's happening here. He's like, look how dramatic that last one was. My epic 4-3 comeback. Like, who could have seen it coming? You gotta put me in some more matches, Winter. Come on. Special is opting to not send an nah, I said nothing. A Macarex, or is it? I think this is the Marauder. Yep. Same as Death Aura. Probe Scout going out. I'm kind of surprised. Zest, I've seen him in recent matches against Terran. He sends the probe out either off a pylon or at the beginning of the game. Against Special, he's been sending the Probe Scout out off of Gateway, which is significantly... oh my god. Oh, wait. It's not Marauder. He's going to build... The engineering bay. I don't know. That was my reaction. But yeah, what a play. Jimmy! One time! That's it! As the engineering bay blocks the expansion. And he started it really early. So, the Zealot will be built. The expansion and Special's going to build on the low ground. So he knows he's prompted this. Some players will just go expand to the third or something. It looks like Zest isn't interested in doing that. He's chrono boosting probes. Looks like Zest kind of just wants to move on with his life and make Special feel like he's going to do something crazy. But he's not. He built a Zealot. He's building a Stalker. I'm kind of surprised Special isn't building a bunker now. Because Stalker and a Zealot are going to be a pain for these units to deal with. In fact, Special really does need a bunker, I feel. Is he... I guess maybe Zest is scared of a Reaper? Yeah, it has to be. He doesn't want a Reaper sneaking in. Now he's building the bunker. What is this? My Zesty friend. What are you doing? Mr. Probe. Special Scout. Wow. I mean, that's a little on the nose. Of PROTOSS cheeses, possibly the most classic, the Proxy Dark Shrine. A spicy play. The robotics facility as well. So the question will be, does Special get a Raven first or not? If he just gets a Raven, it should be, like just because he has a Raven doesn't mean he can necessarily stop the DTs. But what are you going to do with the factory? That's the big question. We're going to do a little add-on musical chairs action. We're going to build a fusion core in the corner. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. That's bad for Special. This could all end instead of with a whimper. Or no, instead of with a bang, with a whimper. Because there's no engineering bay. He didn't finish the one on the other side. If he drops a mule, DTs are about to be this is about to get really tough here. If he drops another mule. I think he's getting a little suspicious, but does he even acknowledge the possibility? Like, the energy on the command centers. What does he see? He's seeing nothing here. Does he see the Special? He sees the DT, right? Oh, no. Oh, well. On the bright side for him, he does have a scan. Oh, I think he shot his own SCV for a sec. Oh, there's one at the natural. This is a disaster. And his fusion core is done, but you can't really build a battlecruiser right now. The damage to start is minimal, but like the first DT just getting in with no Raven, that is really, really rough to start here. Oh, and 2 DTs in the main. The Raven's not done yet. The DT's in the main mineral line. It's not good for Juanito. Another one in the natural. He tries to catch it. The DT does die. The Raven about to pop out. He's got to scramble to deal with this. Does he have enough for a BC? No, not even close. Oh, the Widow Mine could save the day. It doesn't. So there's no counter damage here. Oh, this is a little convenient. The Observer just kind of flies in. He's going to do an Archon drop. Special a long way off having the money for a battlecruiser, even though a battlecruiser might be decent here. I think an SCV, yeah. I mean, a battlecruiser actually would be pretty good in this scenario. Archons, a little ambitious. Because Zest is going for Colossi now. If Special can somehow get a battlecruiser and not lose any more workers, the supply depot block at the 3rd, just a shadow of the engineering. Zest's like, are you kidding me, Special? So, oh no, there's no protection. You can't lose any more SCVs. This is there is a interference matrix ready, but Special really can't lose any more workers if he wants to have a dream here. There's Blink on the way. There aren't that many Stalkers, and there aren't that many gates. He's got 3 gates, adding 1 more. This battlecruiser, like, there's a shield battery. There's no shield battery at the natural. There's one at the front, but it's not at the mineral line. So, like, Special's building there's a lot riding on this battlecruiser. This is not a unit that you really, like, in this matchup, you don't want your game to be riding on a battlecruiser. That is not ideal. And here come the Archons. The battlecruiser might pop out when he can see it. Not quite, thankfully. He's going to jump, right? Or is he going to hold on to it? He jumps. There is a shield. Does he target the shield battery? Yamato's not done. Blink isn't done, but it's not far off. There's a handful of Stalkers. Zest hasn't been super diligent about probe production. The Colossi are scouted, so Special, at least, like, he can be like, well, he did go Colossus, so me going battlecruiser isn't the worst thing in the world. He's still got a lot of an upward hill to climb here. but he ain't dead. He's got a third command center. Battle cruisers, not the worst thing he could have right now. Yamato is going to be very helpful if he's able to catch the Prism, especially if it has the Archons in it. That's the dream. That's the dream. That's the dream. The dream. Oh, the dream. He's pulling the boys, kind of. Oh no! But the Raven gets sniped. The dream goes the other way for Zest. Where's the other battlecruiser? The other battlecruiser isn't done yet. It needs to finish. He's got to get... Oh, he gets the Prism. Is that enough? The battlecruiser trying to come in. He can jump home. He's already lost a whole lot of SCVs. The battlecruiser knocks out one of... this. What is going on? There's another battlecruiser on the other side. It can jump home. He should be able to win this fight. But at what cost? The Stalkers technically have more range. A lot of SCVs are dying. He recalls the Colossi. He still has 3 Colossi, so like, just Stalkers. He doesn't have +1, but he don't need it. If any of the, like, the game, you don't want to be relying on battle cruisers. He might blink. Oh, Lily? 19 Stalkers, 3 Colossi against 2 battle cruisers and 2 tanks. And the he can just go around. It's not that hard. He's in the natural. It's all falling apart for Juanito. Zest takes it 4-1. It looked good. There were some dramatic moments, but Zest finishes him. Four to 1. No redemption today. Well, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for this special for being awake and allowing Zest to beat him up like that. And Zest as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. What do you think? Is Zest just too good? Did Special make mistakes? Is PROTOSS OP? Special is saying Imba Shibal, yeah, in chat. But thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all of that. Wish both of them luck going forward in GSL, and thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun.